Welcome to the wacky world of tanks, where today we're going to take a look at the Churchill 1. Uh, my expectations were that this tank was going to totally suck. I got to be honest with you. I thought when I first saw the Churchill 1, I'm like, this thing, I love the Churchill 3 I have, and it's Russian, and it's great, and I love it. And I thought, this tank, just every time I see people play it, they go out there, they sit there for a couple seconds, get pecked to death, and they die. Well, that's because if you go out in the field with this thing, it is going to get pecked to death, and it's going to die. But if you play it carefully, and you hang back a little bit, and you use, the very accurate gun with a pretty high rate of fire and decent amount of damage when you get to the top gun, it's not a bad tank, actually. I kind of like it almost better than the Churchill 3. It's not to say that it's the best tank ever, for sure. On Tier 5, it's kind of a medium blah tank. It doesn't really stand out anywhere, but I really like it, and I actually do fairly well in it. In fact, let's go ahead and look at the service record first, because I was shocked after playing through this and getting to the next tank. I've had 60 battles. In fact, I think if I look at my victories, tanks that I've actually played more than 5 battles, this is my highest percentage win rate tank. Go figure. I just kick butt, and I don't feel like I have had 7 kills in this, but I don't feel like I usually do 2 or 3 kills, and 72 kills total. So really, just like 1.5 destruction ratio, not anything huge, but for whatever reason, I just get along with this tank. We get along together. So I'm probably going to end up keeping this thing. I've been debating selling it, but I enjoy it. It's actually, when I get frustrated with other tanks and I'm having a bad night, I come back to this thing because it's fun to play. I really like playing it. So I think it's just going to end up staying in my garage. The hard thing is the crew. Now I'm ready to move to Tier 6, and I'm going to be getting the Churchill 7, and gosh, it would be nice to have this crew move with all these perks and stuff to keep moving up the ladder, but I don't know. I also have a lot of British trainers. I've got the Excelsior and I've got the TOG, so I could train another crew without having to, I don't know. It's hard to know. It's hard to know what to do. But anyway, this is a great tank for me. I don't know for everybody else, but it fits my playstyle, and I like it because it's fairly rigid. It does bounce a decent amount of shots. In fact, I feel like it's more sturdy than the Churchill 3. And the turret seems to bounce more shots. I don't know. It just, all around, it seems to be a great tank. Now, I will say that when I did not have the best gun, I really struggled with this tank. But once I got the top gun for it, and let's take a look at the research. Yeah, this wasn't bad either, the 75. But see, with the penetration at 91, you bounced a lot of shots. In fact, I think if I remember right, I actually skipped this gun. I used this one, the 6-pounder. 6-pounder has a high rate of fire. Every 2 seconds you're firing. And it does 110 penetration with low damage. But this was a better option than bouncing off all the tanks you ran against, because the Churchill 1 seems to see Tier 6 a lot. But once I got to this, which has 145 penetration and 135 damage, now you're talking about being able to hit everything and penetrate it. And so this gun is great. So I think you start off with, let's see what the Matilda has. Matilda has the 3-inch howitzer or the 2-pounder. And I think I started using the 2-pounder. And then once I got the turret unlocked, I went right to these guns. So, oh man, this is a tough grind. There's a lot of stuff that you have to research to unlock these. And it takes a while to get through it. So this tank, don't get frustrated at the beginning, I guess, is my encouragement to you. If you're going to do this line of tanks, some of the trademarks are that the Churchills are slow, they're decently armored, but they have weaknesses that you have to work with. So you have to keep the tank angled. You got to work with, trying to stay hull down if possible. The turrets aren't that great, but they're not terrible, but they're flat-fronted, so it makes it pretty easy to penetrate. Especially in these areas. So be careful. Obviously keep the tank moving. Those are all things that you have to know when you drive the Churchill tanks. And the other thing is they don't have alpha guns. They're not blastoid guns. They are small rounds that do damage and reload quickly. So they're DPM tanks. You have to get used to firing, putting things on target, and you're not going to ever just explode somebody. You're going to have to hit them a couple times to kill them. So that's a very Churchill-esque trait. So if you don't like that kind of play style, don't get these tanks. But yeah, so that's something that you need to keep in mind when you're looking at the Churchill line of tanks. So from a health standpoint, it has a lot of hit points. 700 is pretty high. In fact, I think, let's see, let's look at the ARL here. 820. I don't think I have any of the other Tier 5 heavies aside from the premiums, but let's look at 690 on the T14, 690 on the KV-220, 700 on our import, so, or export. So 700, that's average, it's decent. The hull armor, really good on the front. 177 on the front. That's great. We have 88 on the front of the turret and 88 on the side of the turret. That's great. That's really good. However, 63 on the side. Boo. 76 on the back of the turret. That's not bad. 50 on the back of the hull. Another boo. Really crappy top speed. 25 kilometers per hour. Well, that's expected. It's a heavy tank. Slow traverse, not very fast at turning. You will need to apply clutch braking if possible. As you can see here, I have it, which will help the tank turn faster. I've done repairs, obviously, because you get tracked a lot with these big exposed tracks. But a decent rate of fire, about every 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds you're going to fire. And like we said before with the penetration, I mean, you get 145 penetration. That's pretty good at Tier 5. The modules that I run, and this tank is all about keeping it moving. Obviously, I do the repair kit, so you can fix tracks really quick, and also other modules that break. And my crew is also trained to use that. They're training to use it. As you can see, they're all really low right now, but they're learning. I did snapshot so that the guys can whip around and fire. Safe stowage, because you do get ammo racked occasionally, but not often. I did the evil eye, so you can see a little further. And then as far as modules go, yeah, I was saying we did the tracks, we do the toolkit, and I do the gun laying drive, or the gun rammer, so you can fire faster. Now this has a very quick aim at 2.3 seconds, so you don't really need the gun laying drive on this tank. It's fast enough that it doesn't make a big difference. So let's go ahead and run this bad boy and see how she does in the field. Oh, and we did the service record, so for once I remembered. Off we go. Oh, research. You get both the Churchill 7 and I don't know why you'd ever want to do this, but I probably will just because I like this tank and I'm keeping it. I'm actually going to unlock the Churchill gun carrier. It's a tank that you rarely ever see, and I've already ground out. I think I'm done grinding the AT7. I have the AT8. I might only be halfway there, but I'm not going to grind out the AT7 through here because I will have already grounded out through the AT8. But just to have it's one of those weird transitional tanks that you never see. So I kind of want it. It's probably horrible. I've heard really bad things about it, but hey, at Tier 6, having a gun that does 214 penetration, 250 damage, yeah, that might be worth trying out. So we'll see. All right, let's go ahead and run this guy. Enough talk, blah, blah, blah. All right, so one thing that I didn't mention during the torquing, during the talking portion of our review was that this Churchill has very little gun depression. It's almost non-existent. So it makes a little bit of a difficult time for this tank because you cannot get the gun down in situations where you need the gun down. So you could be on flat ground and there's a guy that's a little bit below you and you're just unable to get the gun down. And it's frustrating. That can be very frustrating. So be prepared for that when you get the biggest gun. I don't think it was so bad on the second gun or on the second to last gun, but it got bad for sure. I think I'm going to poke over here for a little bit. See what we can see. But even here, look at this. So I'm on just barely an incline, and that's as low as I can get my gun. I can't even get my gun on the horizon, so I have to keep the tank almost completely flat for it to be of any use. And that is mighty frustrating, yes. Let's see what he pops and lights. I'm going to hold in reserve here. That Hetzer is going to get himself into trouble. Because if Guinea Pig goes out in the field there across from him, he's going to get sideswiped. Whatever. Oop. Pardon me, I'm getting another cold. I've been sick 3 times this month. It's been... I think I need some more vitamins. Oh, the M3 is doomed. Okay, I'm going to move up. We left this section open here. Where the heck are their big tanks? Well, I guess the Dickermax and the Nashorn are probably hiding. They've only got 1 KV-1S. We should be able to win this with 2 KVSs and a KV-2. These guys are skunked. So I'm going to fill in his place. Keep these streets all blocked up. Wow. This is very dangerous here. But since there's nobody, I want to see what's going on here. See if I can get myself in a position where I can start firing on those guys. Okay, nothing there. Oh boy. So I can get this guy. You've sat in the wrong place, fellow. Oh, I wanted to see if I could track him and I forgot. Oh, that poor T1 heavy tank. Oh, these guys are just done for. Now, I'm spotted at this point. And you know, there has to be... Oh, now we're getting some hits. Well, I'll take it. I hate those FE304s, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, and here's the downside with this gun is it's not enough alpha to kill things like with 1 hit. So even in artillery, I have to shoot it 3 times. And there's really a kind of long 4-second reload. It's not a very quick reload. Oh, they got skunked, man. This KV-1S was sitting in the back. Oh, how mean was that? Oh, no wonder they lost. That just sucks. And I think he's probably AFK. Hey. Poor fella. Poor team, I guess. That just sucks for them, man. So not only did they get skunked on a map where you need heavies, they got all tank destroyers, but their only good heavy ended up sitting. Oh well. Well, it was a good victory for me anyway. But that sucks for them. Yeah, so let's take a look here. Well, you hope that that wasn't a situation where it was something like they had a bad attitude or something because XVM showed that they were going to lose, so they just quit. You hate stuff like that. I hate seeing stuff like that. So not a bad battle. This is no multiplier. It was a 512. That's a good experience for tier 5. You know, I got a kill. Did 825 damage. This seems to be the typical battle for this tank. I really like it. It's not a great tank, but it's a very good middle tank. It's kind of just it's fun, and you know that was an easy ride. But let's go for another one. All right, so here you can see that it's another tier 6 battle, and that's very common for this tank. Don't be surprised if you get a lot of tier 6 battles. It's going to happen. This tank does okay on tier 6. It's not bad. If it did a little more damage, it probably would be beneficial. But I think that's the whole Churchill thing, or the whole Churchill thing, if you will. It's designed to see, you know, a tier up most of the time and not do a lot of damage. They're okay tanks, and that's their whole thing. They have decent armor, and I'll tell you what, I did get the 7. I think it was last night, and I've only got maybe like 7 or 8 battles in it, but already the armor is incredible, and that's one of the things that is sort of a selling point with these tanks is that they have great armor. And that one even more than this one. I'm shocked at some of the shots that I bounce. Now, the funny thing is, of course, then all of a sudden you start getting penetrated, and if you get surrounded, you get killed pretty easily, and it's slow. But it's got decent armor. We'll see how the gun goes, though, because right now I have this gun on the Churchill 7, and it sucks. Oh, I completely missed. Wasn't even close.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit.
Well, bye artillery. Yeah. That sucks. Oh. I'll try to help, but I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna get shot in the butt now. Yeah. Well, we're holding this pretty good. I can't believe it's not really tied. They're still winning, but it's still a pretty fairly close game considering how we didn't even bother with the hill. It was really weird. Yeah, he's gonna. That's.
We're stuck here. Get going. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Yeah, the M4 is gonna keep me permatracked here. Yeah, this is.
Crack fixed. Let's roll. We've damaged them.
Now, I should be able to bounce shots from that stupid Churchill, but the M4 is the one I'm afraid of.
Enemy armor is damaged. Observation device is damaged.
Yeah,
I'm injured. The gun's injured. We're trying to cover for him.
Derp. Yeah, the M4 is so overpowered, it's not even funny. I have like a 70% win rate with my M4. Yeah, they're just going to let the base get overrun again.
Enemy is hit. Critical hit.
It's like, how many times are they going to let the base get overrun?
Everyone, get out.
Unbelievable. So this Cromwell has miraculously turned the battle around along with the help of the Stug. We'll see what happens. It's still 4-2 or whatever, but it's really close. They don't have much left though. They got the Lux. Oh man, these guys are too bad.
Crack hit. We
Oh.
lost a crack. We're stuck here.
He's just got too many tanks to face at once. He's not going to do it.
One of our tracks is damaged.
Oh well, it was almost a save. So there's one good battle and one bad battle. We'll run one more. I didn't do too bad, and whatever. I got steamrolled by 3 tanks or 2 tanks. Well, the Cromwell, but he didn't do much to me. But the M4 just derped the crap out of me, which that happens, So, all right, next battle. Yeah, for the last battle of the day, we get a little present. A rare top tier battle. I'd say you get, out of every 4 battles, one of them's top tier. But the downside is they've got a KV-220, and it seems like the KV-220 teams almost always win. Not always necessarily true, but for the most part, it seems like the KV-220 just wins. I don't know, they've purposefully done that. Maybe. We'll see. The KV-1 also just completely romps this tank, especially if they have the derp gun. So if he's got the regular gun, then we have a slightly better chance. But look at the... Oh, it's a DW. Never mind. Field's looking a little empty, but I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm going to go all the way down. Get to the middle. Middle. Oh, M4s. SU-85. These are all bad tanks to run against. The Hetzers, not that much of a threat for this tank, but here we go. Haven't even gotten to the fighting yet, and already. Nice miss. Schmuck. At least these guys, they're going to be, see, this M4 is not running the dirt because he's thinking that other gun is better. I'm not sure why, but.
We've damaged them.
Oh, opportunity.
Penetration.
He's going to hit me. Nope. Okay, well, can't complain about that. The D2. Okay, I'm just being stupid. I need to get. Uh-oh. Okay, now I'm in trouble. Need to pull it back. Need to get angled. Come on, guys. Nice miss. He doesn't look like he's got the... Be smart. Where are those heavies? Okay, not good. Not good, not good, not good, not good.
We dinged them.
Yeah. Keep these guys at bay. Yep, I think I hit him, but I don't know. Okay, so we need to face this KV.
We've damaged them.
Of course, he looks like he's got a clan member.
Enemy armor is hit. Penetration.
Trying to get that Hetzer to fire on me.
Enemy armor is hit.
Come on, take out that KV. Come on. Oh, dang it, he's gonna get away.
Ricochet.
Shoot. The S-35 I'm not as worried about. The Hetzer I'm concerned about.
Penetration.
This team just fell totally apart.
Enemy armor destroyed.
Okay, what do we got left? Where the heck is that KV-220? Is he AFK? Good job, guys. Nice. Really, our team did that. I wasn't playing so good that match. I don't know what happened, but mostly just absorbing hits and now's the time when we could either just totally blow it or win. I have a feeling. Oh, the KV-220 has 5 kills. If I had XVM, I would know where he is. I think I last saw him over... this way. Got 9 minutes left, so we got time. He's going to have a hard time with me, for sure. Because his gun does not have any pen. But if he starts flinging gold, well, he could kill me. The good news is he's a heavy, so he shouldn't be able to hide much. Once he fires, I should be able to see him. If we don't find him on this pass, I'm just going to go cap. He capped. The Ram's never going to make it back in time. I'm going to go right into him.
Enemy armor destroyed.
Killed him. Okay. That was easy. Shoo. All right, so a little stress there for the last battle. I have a KV-220. I know how bouncy that armor can be, but he just was not positioned right. He looked like he was a good player. He obviously had he killed 5 of our guys. I'm not sure what he killed, but he'll tell us now. He did the best he could, you know. I mean, obviously, look, he was the top scorer on their team. Noble effort on his part. More damage. Well, this guy, the Ram, might have gotten... He did, high caliber. Look at that. Good job, Ram. All right, Sergeant Nick. Oh, they both did good, though. The rest of his team failed him miserably. So we can see here, I mean, that would be a really typical battle of you being top tier. So I did get a little antsy there and tried to stay alive, and I'm glad I did because I did end up surviving. And but at first I put my tank out where I shouldn't have, and then I got a little took there, and I felt like I needed to get back and stay in cover because I was being stupid. But it went well. So there you go. That is the Churchill 1, and it is a fun tank to play. I would encourage you to get it, and if you're working your way down the British line, it's definitely a good tank and not one to be afraid of. It's very usable. I wish the gun fired a little faster because it does do pretty low damage, and if you compare it to like the T1 heavy tank and how fast that fires, or I guess it's about the same rate of fire for the KV-220, but this has better penetration. So it's not bad. I wish the gun fired a little faster. That's my only criticism. Other than that, the armor's good. The tank is good. Mobility's okay. So hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them down below. And I look forward to seeing you guys pretty soon here. I think the sales go up tomorrow, so we'll have a couple premium tanks to review. Have a great night. Don't forget to subscribe. Sir, yes, sir. Signing off. V Blue Guitar.